Hello, everyone. Welcome to the What We Need Spotlight interviews. TCI has been running this advocacy campaign since 2018, and the objective of this campaign is to challenge and correct the medical oppression against persons with psychosocial disabilities. The campaign starts in October during the Mental Health Week, and we carry it forward till the end of December. The campaign gives an opportunity to TCI members for presenting their work to the global audiences, and every year we have set thematics for the campaign. And this year's thematics include deinstitutionalization, community inclusion, access to justice, and lived experiences of persons with neurodiverse identities. We are conducting these interviews with our members, our board members, networks, in order to highlight the works they are engaged in, and we put a spotlight on their ongoing advocacy initiatives. Under this initiative, today in TCI, we will be doing a short interview with Miss Yeni Rosa Damayanti, um, the president of PGS, IMHA, Indonesian Mental Health Association. Yeni, welcome and thank you for giving us your time for joining this spotlight session. I will be throwing out to you like three quick questions and would like you to respond to them. First, I will just ask you to introduce yourself quickly and where do you live? What do you do?
Hello, everybody. My name is Yeni Rosa Damayanti, chairperson of Indonesian Mental Health Association. I live in Jakarta, Indonesia.
And Yeni, can you also share about your organization? What is the scope of your organization? What do you do in Indonesia?
Yeah, Indonesian Mental Health Association is the first organization of persons with psychosocial disabilities in Indonesia. Our organization consists of several departments. The first one is community development, in which we develop our branches to provide peer support to persons with psychosocial disabilities, and also to support advocacy for our members and community members that need help. The second is the advocacy. Advocacy is one of our core activities in IMHA, especially the national one, because we have the national office and also the branches. At the national level, we focus on the advocacy works, in which we advocate the rights of persons with psychosocial disabilities towards the government, the central government, the local government, including to the parliamentarians and other stakeholders that we deem important. The third one is the research and data gathering, because our advocacy is always based on research and always based on the report from our peers in the peer support groups. So the third one, which is data and research, is also very important for us. The last one is not yet very much developed, but this is the media, how we campaign our issues. This last one is still ongoing process. We just start with this one. So this is four main groups of four main department in our organizations. And we have succeeded in the several advocacy issues. In our work, we emphasize the importance of cross-disability networking, because many issues of persons with psychosocial disabilities, also the issues of cross-disability organization, such as social protection, for example. This is the needs not only for persons with psychosocial disabilities, but also the needs of all persons with disabilities. And when we work on this and advocate for this together, we have a much stronger position vis-a-vis government and other decision makers. So yeah, I mean, that's our organization.
Thank you, Yeni. My second question to you will be like in line with our thematic today, because our thematic is community inclusion. So I would quickly ask you about, as a person with psychosocial disability, what does community inclusion means for you?
Yeah, the community inclusion for me means that we are part of the community, and we are part of the society. We live in that, we participate in that. We are not separated from that. In many cases, people think that uh, the only thing that needed by person with psychosocial disabilities is health services, which is, from my opinion, is totally mistaken, because medical services is only one of our needs, and to be part of the community is our ultimate goal. And to be able to be part of the community, we need so many other things outside of the medical services. For example, like job. Job is extremely important for a person with psychosocial disabilities. Livelihood, place to live, and interaction with uh, our surroundings, our neighborhood, our um, friends at school and stuff. So we have so many other things that needed for us to be part of the community. So community inclusion for me is totally the total inclusion of person with psychosocial disabilities with the community, participating based on their own choice of so many activities in the communities.
Thanks for your response, Yeni. Because community inclusion is not possible without stakeholders. So, what do you need from the stakeholders to do? What and how? Which stakeholders we need to mobilize, and what do we need from them to
Yeah,
include to include people with psychosocial disabilities in the community?
like what I have mentioned before, cross disabilities are our friends. We are part of them. When we talk of the community, we are one of the community that we are directly, in it is the community of person with disabilities. So to work together with a cross disability organization for me is very extremely important, and it is very important for them to understand our issues, because as person with psychosocial disabilities we have different issues, probably unfamiliar from the point of view of other disabilities, and it is our task to make them understand, and to have their support in our advocacy. And then after that, we also need to mobilize the wider communities. For example, like the human rights groups in my countries, the legal aid groups, and also very important is the women's groups, because women historically has similar, not really similar, but quite similar experience of being alienated from many things in the society. So they can be our strategic partners, but also the experiences of women with disabilities quite different from the experiences of women without disability. So it's also our job to make them understand and to get them as our allies. Also, for me in Indonesia, several of our best friends are from the National Human Rights Institutes, because it's easier for them to understand the human rights violations faced by person with psychosocial disabilities, compared to, say, like people who are traditionally worked with us for years and have deep rooted misconceptions on person with psychosocial disabilities. Those are some that I think is important to get into our site.
Thank you so much, Yeni. It was, and thank you for once again for giving your time and sharing your thoughts with us about community inclusion and how we can achieve that. So we will be sharing this and disseminating the interview widely in our social media platforms, and you can also share it within your networks, put it on your YouTube channel, and further disseminate in your country. Stay tuned with us, everyone who is listening to these interviews. We will be coming up with more of them. Thank you so much. Have a good day, Yeni. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.